Hello, Internet. Today on G.E.D., we're talking about Justice League, and we've got some steak and cheese chimichangas. Are these chimichangas? I don't know. They look more like burritos to me, but I guess they kind of have a textured outside to them. What's the difference between a burrito and a chimichanga? Deep fried. Deep fried, my friends. So anyways, I got a chance to see Justice League, and I'm a little bit late on the reviews because, I had to wait until I could see it. But I do have a few things I'd like to discuss with you guys. First off, it didn't feel that great to me. I mean, I'm not a huge comic fan buff, but I do, follow the storylines of characters in general, not down to the detail, but as a mediocre comic lover, it just didn't hit any special notes with me. It was very medium blah. And I did like the casting. The casting was pretty good. Each person as their individual character, they worked well. I especially liked both The Flash and Aquaman. Jason Momoa and Urziel is his name, I think. Is Urziel? Anyways, those two as their characters were really good. The Cyborg character, he did all right, but honestly, Cyborg in this movie didn't have a lot of super action pivotal roles. And of course, there is a character that returns in the movie, and he's always awesome. I love him as his role. And yeah, let me cut these burritos or chimichangas or whatever up a little bit because they are super hot right now. And I'll give you guys a preview here. After I cut them because they are, like I said, super hot right now. Check these out. You got a little bit of that steak in there, that cheese, that shell, cheese oozing off the plate. Pretty good. We'll give these a second. Really, Gal Gadot returning as Wonder Woman, she's all right as a female role. She does well. I'm going to give her that. And Affleck, I just wish he's good in the role, but I just wish they would have gave his character, Batman, some more punch. I feel like he's overshadowed by all the introductions of the new characters. And he's kind of like the in-between glue that binds them, but he doesn't really serve a major purpose, It's kind of weird. Oh well. And then we come to the possibly one of the biggest downfalls of this movie, guys, is the bad guy. And I'm sure other YouTubers have said this. The bad guy, Steppenwolf, and the flying parademons are just not interesting. They're not a threat. You see them do all this epic fighting kind of in the beginning and then lull in the middle and then lull at the end and then more fighting, and it's just, they're not an imminent threat to anything. It's just kind of like, hey, let's get together, let's go out and party, and then, there's a bad guy we gotta take care of. And all the while, Steppenwolf is just CGI. He's just a CGI monster. And I really, really hope that future movies get a huge cue from this, is that your big bad guys have to be real. They have to be a human or close to a human as you possibly can, because if you just CGI someone in and they just feel out of place, they feel totally out of place in the world, and they have no personality. Like if you're not giving them full acted out scenes where they do something really, really important and they throw out some lines of dialogue that make you really hate them, they're not a threat to the movie. Let's try this. I'm hoping I don't burn my mouth too much. Ooh. It's still hot. Oh yeah, guys. Super cheesy, super beefy, but man, is it still hot. Now that we've kind of bit our teeth on the Justice League, I'm hoping that their spin-off movies, their origin stories, if you will, especially for Aquaman and Flash, and to a lesser extent, Cyborg. Cyborg's, if he gets his own movie, which I believe is in the works, he just has to have more to him. There has to be more that he does, more that he interacts with, not just a walking, talking cell phone, basically. He's an information source, and he needs to have more of an arsenal, of a punch behind him. And then the Flash, the Flash is probably one of the keynotes of the movie. A lot of his scenes are just what brings a lot of the life to the movie, the personality of a superhero. As the Flash, is known to have a lot of whips and whims, almost akin to like a Spider-Man, very funny character. And that kind of, encourages the movie. But they have a lot of potential to make him like a super role in his own movie if they can pull off the script right. Finally, Aquaman, Jason Momoa, I believe, is freaking. I like him as an actor. Ever since like his lesser roles in Game of Thrones and stuff, he's got a good chance also as well of making Aquaman one of the lowest ranked, Justice League members. Kind of get a new look, new jazz to him, make people love him again. Or love him from the start. And Justice League itself, I just got set on the middle of the road on this one, because I can't say it's amazing, go out and watch it, but if you like comic books and you like superhero movies, yeah. If you're not really into super movies, you could probably wait for DVD or some other method of watching it. It's not a box office blowout, that's for sure. It's also amazing that they kept the movie together, because it had two directors. The first director had an incident in the family, so he had to quit the project. Then I believe Joss Whedon picked it up, and he tried to continue. Each had their own flair to the movie, and it kind of shows that there was a small division in direction, but for the most part, it kind of kept its course, which was impressive. Usually when you drop a director, a movie goes completely down the toilet. I know from personal experience in film industry. Let me try to get this side shot. Look at that cheese hanging off there, guys. Shredded beef and cheese. Chimichanga, technically a burrito. And I'm not really sure what's going on with Batman. I've read that they're not continuing with the Batman story, but I think it would be cool. This grittier, darker Batman, if they make him super gritty, super dark, and not try to fluff him up a little bit, it could do wonders. It could do wonders. So, DC, what did we learn about our movie? Justice League. Characters are good. Characters are perfect. But your bad guy sucks. You need more integral plot to the movie. I understand it's hard to introduce 5 characters, but you got to bring it together. You got to move it along quicker. Make more of an impact on the world. More pressing matters. Origin stories. Go with them. Get them out. That's it. That's pretty much it. Anyways, guys, remember to game, eat, and discuss. I'm going to finish this last bite. Have a nice day. Go see Justice League or wait for it. It's your choice.